Look, we're stuck in the system, we can't get out. It's time for a change, stop running your mouth. I'm looking for words, but I can't get it out. Look for the light, but the sun blotted out.
Hold on, let me hop on the beat. Cause social injustice and prisoner mindset is something we gotta defeat. We idle these hoes and wear all these clothes with shoes that can't be creased. Steady looking for substance and change, but we searching all up in these streets.
Got a stain on my shirt that I can't get out. My people on high like the top of the mount. We thirsting for truth, but there's no spout. Look for a savior, but no one around.
But no one's around, but where do they look? It ain't in the church, it ain't in the book. We can't get a job, so we rather crook. They got us in chains, a fish on the hook.
Look, harvesting not bodies, harvesting not organs. Got 'em real big mad, cause they culture boring. Pimping the poor, Jim Crow at the door. Selling our souls, our daughters a whore. I wanna give in, can't take it no more. Don't wanna believe our people are more.
We swept our cart when we look at decline. We got a new bottle, it's filled with...
Happy Monday, happy Maca Monday, everybody. You feel me? Y'all gotta bear with us. I know we 2 weeks late on this particular episode, but we here, we ready, boom, bam.
Give us a
move.
Yep, give us a pass because a lot been going on in both.
Telling y'all, we gonna check in with y'all. You feel me? We gonna check in with y'all. But so y'all know here on the Make a Cleansing Move podcast, we talk about all the different ways to that we as a Black community need to heal. That we as a Black community need to heal. And that's, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, mentally, all these different ways that we need to heal. For the past few weeks, me and Sis have been talking about understanding the 3 A's. We covered
acceptance and acknowledgement.
Today's acceptance. We covered accountability and acknowledgement. And today we are covering acceptance. You feel me? Probably one of the hardest things to do. But that's what we're covering today. So I'll give you a little brief disclaimer. Some of the things said here on this podcast may be controversial, may not be, but if something said here makes you feel some type of way, we just ask that before you go jumping down our necks or anything like that. Think about why you feel that way and then hit us up and we can talk about it. You could come onto the show. We love people coming onto the show. So, but yeah, with that being said, check in with me. How you feeling?
Y'all, it's been I don't know, it's been an eventful couple of weeks. That's all I can say right now on that. Otherwise, I've been feeling good, been feeling positive, always blessed. God wakes me up and he does not have to. So always that, always, you feel me? I always look forward to Mondays for this reason. And G knows I was down her throat last week, like, we're not doing the podcast this week. Like, what's going on?
Look, y'all, let me tell you. So last week, me and Chris, we ready for the show. Let me tell you, okay, we both ready. I realized I never created a broadcast. They never created it. Like, we had everything ready to go, and
we had the questions.
She texted me like, "Send me the link," and I'm like, "There's no link to send." There's no link to send. So yeah, we had to, and yeah, it was because of, like she said, it's been a long couple of weeks. Okay. It has been a long couple of weeks. But
people trying to lie on her dog. I'm going through it.
Y'all, my dog is in jail. It's been long. It's been long. But you feel me? I'm alive and somebody's not. God woke me up and gave me another opportunity to be better than the person I was yesterday. So that makes I'm good. You feel me? That makes me good. I'm not great, but I'm good. I'm here. So we here. And yeah, we're gonna jump into it, y'all. So today we are talking about acceptance. And real quick, what is acceptance? Sis, give me your definition of acceptance.
Oh, I think to me, acceptance is the ability to see something for what it is and to let go of whatever it is whatever type of reaction it caused you.
I like that.
So like being able to accept people for who they are and being able to accept that whatever they've done to you, whatever traumas they've done to you is not a reflection of you, but a reflection of them and how they feel about themselves.
I agree. I'm right there with you. Um, I would say, acceptance is coming to terms with whatever, the good, the bad, just being able to deal with what's in front of you and deal with the things you can't see, the things you can see, deal with all of that. You feel me? So, according to Oxford Languages, Google, accept is the action of consenting to receive or undertake something offered, or the action or process of being received as adequate or suitable, typically to be admitted into a group. I'm gonna read this. No, I'm not, because it's from Wikipedia.
I was gonna say we sounded way off right there.
And I think it just depends on. Okay, let's see what Merriam-Webster.
Miriam, our good friend Miriam.
The quality or state of being accepted or acceptable, blah, 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 blah. The accepting, we don't want accepting in the definition, Miriam.
Right, like how you
can't.
You a dictionary. You should
Okay. Know. And agreeing either expressly or by conduct to the act or offer of another so that a contract is concluded. So taking out that second part and agreeing either expressly or by conduct to the act of or offer. I like that. You feel me? Because it's agreeing to be okay with or deal with something. That's pretty much what we're talking about here with acceptance as far as healing, okay? Being able to deal with the shit that you have to handle, even if you don't want to handle it, even if it's scary or intimidating or frustrating or whatever emotion it gives you, you still have to be able to agree with what it is if it's not going to change. If you can't change it, you feel me? That's accepting the things that we cannot change. You just got to accept that stuff.
Hashtag the serenity prayer.
So why is it important?
Oh, acceptance is going to be important because until you accept what you've gone through, what's been done to you, how it made you feel, all of that, you cannot let it go. And if you cannot let it go, you cannot heal. And you always have the burden of that on your soul.
That's so deep, sis. I think I might need you to say that one more time because that was it. Like that was really it. I don't even really have much to add to that. Just that was it. Just say it for the people again because they need to hear that.
I'm gonna say it a little bit louder for the people in the back. So acceptance is important because until you accept what you've gone through, what's been done to you, and how it made you feel, you cannot move on because you are still holding on to that trauma. You have to accept it for what it is, accept that this is your new reality, that this is the trauma that you literally have to accept. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. So because until you let it go, you cannot heal. And this is all about making a cleansing move. And that cleansing move is going to be healing. So therefore, accepting.
That's real, and that's that. You just let go and let God. Let go and let God. You got to give it to God, And once you give something to God, you can't worry about it no more.
That's the biggest thing. And that's something I never felt like I was taught by like family or nothing. I learned that in church. When you going through something and you give it to God, if you do not leave it at his feet, he's going to continue to let you go through it, because obviously you're telling God you got it on your own.
You don't trust them.
So you could do it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So when you give it to God, leave it at his feet and do not stress about it anymore. It's gone. It is no longer your problem to stress.
That's why, the Bible says pray without ceasing. But you gotta continue to pray, but not be repetitive. And you're asking, once you ask God for something, and you're giving him that trust that he heard you. He heard you. You don't have to keep asking for the same thing over and over and over again, because he heard you.
God is not deaf.
He's not. He's not. He hears all. Okay. So that's real. You just gotta let it go. And then, that brings me to accepting apologies you're never gonna get.
Talk to him, sis.
Accepting apologies you are never going to get. Some people are not gonna apologize to you, and you can't go your life every day just wanting an apology from somebody. If they're not gonna apologize, you're not gonna apologize. And there's a couple reasons why people don't apologize. Some people don't know how. Just do not know how to apologize. Some people don't think they ever do anything wrong.
Fact. Some people are narcissists.
So, I had to realize that I had to accept an apology from my dad that I was never going to get, because I remember the one time he tried to apologize and he said, "I'm sorry for whatever you feel like I've done to you, or whatever you think."
And it was a backhanded apology, and it made you feel even worse. And you sitting there like, I know you didn't just.
Whatever you think, whatever you think.
You almost had to tell your man.
Or whatever I think you've done. Like, what? So in that moment, I had to realize I'm never going to get the apology I deserve nor want from this man. And I had to accept it. I had to accept it. You feel me? And there's going to be a lot of people like that in your life that you're just not going to get apologies from. And you just got to be like, you know what?
Or you going to get them when it's too late.
You're going to get them when it's too late. And the thing at that point, when you do get the apology, this is why forgiveness is important. And this is the how do we accept, right? Forgiveness is really important, because it's not for the other person. It's never, ever for the other person. It's for yourself.
It is to free your soul of your burden. Okay, because think about it. When you are harboring what somebody else did to you, do you think they are harboring that?
You think they're waking up, or if they're losing sleep at night?
And it sucks, and it's not fair. And I know that, y'all. If anybody know it, I know it. It is not fair, because you sitting there like, I gotta live with this trauma. And
I gotta live with this trauma.
Like, every night, and it's like you sitting there losing sleep, tossing and turning, having nightmares, having terrors,
and they sleeping peacefully.
Can't do none of this because you're harboring it on your soul. You forgive to free your soul of the burden. To free your soul of the burden. It is not to free their soul. Their soul is going to be held hostage till they forgive themselves. And they forgive themselves fast.
And that's why them apologies that come, that never come, or come too late when they do come, it's like, I already forgave you. Like, thank you for the apology, but I already forgave you. I had already been past that. Because if I don't, it's going to settle. She's going to settle, and then something else is going to build on top of that, and build on top of that, and build on top of that. And nobody wants to live with that type of uncomfort.
And that's and again, y'all, it is not a fun reality to accept that you're not going to get apologies from some of the people you deserve them from. Charge it to the game, and if you play the game,
charge it to the game.
You might come back to you.
Charge it to the game, because everybody's karma gonna come back on it eventually at some point. I know it don't come as fast as we be wanting it to, but it is gonna come. That's the thing. So you just gotta, let go, let God forgive, and do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. If you're not gonna do it for nobody else, do it for you because you deserve happiness. And happiness is really mental. You could be broke as hell, homeless out on the street, but be happy. I've seen happy homeless people. I have seen happy
Okay.
homeless people. There's this man that stands on the intersection of 13th and Monaco. And baby, let me tell you, he be having his headphones in his ears and he be having his little phone or whatever. And his sign says smile. And he be standing there just dancing to his music, directing traffic when he feel like he needs to direct. I've seen this man so many different times in the intersection of 13th and Monaco. Y'all, I love this man. Because on a bad day you drive through, he happened to be there and his sign just says smile. Simple. It don't say shit else. It just says smile. Turn your hoodie around.
And it's like, and it's not that they're happy that they're in the situation that they're in.
No.
That is not what it is.
No.
It's that what is being angry at the world because you're in your situation gonna do?
Everybody's in a
Is it gonna
situation.
change the fact that you're in your situation? No. Not it. Y'all, I really be on here. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. So, it's not gonna change nothing. But the second you start to change your attitude, again, no matter what situation you're in, it can people who be like, it can't get no worse than this. Oh, so you gonna tempt God? You gonna sit here?
You gonna
tempt? You gonna tempt him because he got a sense of humor, and that's one thing I'm not willing to do is play with that man's sense of humor. Because next thing you know, here he goes showing me it could always be worse. So don't you feel me? Like it can literally always.
It can.
Always.
Okay, let me tell you, it can.
Always.
It can get worse. Okay.
It could get much worse.
It can get much worse. And what you have to understand is when you're dealing with people in the world or whatever, everybody's going through something. Everybody is going through something. So you can't harbor your bad energy onto the next because you might find somebody who matches your demons and it'll be a bad day for everybody. You don't want to have bad days. You do not want to have bad days every day.
Like, ain't nothing good happen to you today?
Damn, hold on, sis.
Like, you ain't even happy you breathe. Like, huh? Because again, it could always be worse. It can always be worse. Always. And I realized that with so many different things. Like, no matter how down bad you are, you can always be further down bad. So be grateful for where you're, and I don't mean be grateful for where you're at to the point where you become stagnant, but be grateful that you're not lower.
Be grateful that you're not lower. Be grateful that you're not where you were. You feel me? Like, I know I done came a long way, so I'm grateful that I'm not where I was for sure. And I'm grateful that I'm not facing the things that I'm facing right now with who I was back then. Because who I was back then, facing the things I'm facing now.
Jamaria would have been in jail, y'all. And I'm telling you this because I know exactly what's going on.
So I'm grateful that I'm at a higher level of maturity now. And like I keep thinking about it, like I'm further away from 45 than I am close to 15. So I'm more childish than I am mature. So don't play with me. Because kids like to play. But I am maturing. You feel me? There's certain games where it's like I don't be you playing too much.
Look, that's like I always tell people. The Kimmia y'all talking to right now is Kimmia 3.0. Probably like Kimmia 3.5 realistically. I'ma tell y'all that first version of Kimmia was a motherfucker. Okay. But it's like a phone update, right? Like when you update your phone, you still have the previous updates.
Yep.
They do not go away. It just makes you better. It makes it easier to adapt to certain things. Kimmia 1.0 is still in me. I don't let her come out. That demon.
Let me tell you, like y'all, that's why I be telling people it's sad, because them stages is real, and you have to, as you grow up, it's your chapters of life. You feel me? It's your different chapters of life, of your book of life. And you should not be chapter 10 should not be the exact same as chapter 5 was. Okay. There has to be some growth and some elevation and some storyline and some experience and some adventures and some shit that goes on between chapter 5 and 10. You feel me?
And there also can't be too much of a difference between chapter 5 and 10. Exactly. So much so that it looks like you in a whole new book.
Right.
Because now you sitting there facing an identity crisis and you don't know why.
That's a dude.
Okay. Y'all remember that SpongeBob episode where he turned into a poreless, I don't know. Like, just thinking, I don't know. That just made me cringe. I actually hated that episode so much. And I hope y'all know what episode I'm talking about so I don't have to keep imagining this. It's like, hi, how are you? Like, yeah. Now you're a whole different version of yourself, and you had an identity crisis.
You. Yeah, because now it's not you. You don't want to get too far away from who you are, but you do wanna maximize who you are.
You want to accept who you are, what you've been through, and what that means for where you need to get.
Yep. And you got to be strong in it. It's not gonna be easy. Trust me, it's not gonna be easy. You got to be strong in it. So, y'all, what does acceptance look like for your situations? And these are like any situations, relationship situations, personal situations, out in the world situations. But what does acceptance, look like?
It's crazy. It's crazy we're talking about this week, right? Because I kid y'all not, 4 days ago, one of my exes who threatened to kill my mom when we broke up my freshman year of college, so a year before me and my boyfriend got together, texted me 4 days ago. Maybe it was like a week. It was a couple weeks. I don't know. It was recently. And it was this long paragraph about how he's looking for closure and that he's trying to make personal growth and that this is part of his healing process, was apologizing. And he started it off, I know you probably hate me and you never want to hear from me again. And I said, I forgave you 4 years ago. Mind you, threatened to shoot up my mother's house. Y'all don't ever date GDs. It's a bad move. Don't ever do it. I'm here to save y'all. I did it. I took one for the team. Don't ever do it, y'all. Never. Because they crazy. GD stands for goddamn crazy. Don't ever do it. They have to fail psych evaluations first. Okay? Don't do it. That's not fun. Okay? That was the worst experience of my life.
Mom's house, bro. You're crazy.
And I told him, I forgave you 4 years ago. And I'm not going to hold y'all. When y'all forgive people, when y'all finally do get that apology or whatever, it's going to come. I don't know. Y'all really just be sitting there like, I didn't need this because I was cool. I was chilling. Like, you got it off your brain, but like,
I had it off mine. You feel me?
I was cool.
Yeah.
And it's like the job I was working at before, we were talking in a work meeting one day. And my boss said something to me. That's that. And she was like, people treat you how they feel about themselves.
Yeah.
So when people, I was doing door-to-door sales. So when people would enter the door and they were angry and stuff like that, she was like, how arrogant do you have to be to think that you knocking or you ringing their doorbell was the reason that they're angry?
Right.
How arrogant and narcissistic do you have to be to think that 4 years later, I still care about that apology?
Right. Right.
I mean, thanks. I guess. I don't know. Again, I was healed. Huh?
No, yeah, that's a fact though. Like, and that's a part of, I guess, what acceptance looks like in situations. It's really for yourself. You need to be able to sit with yourself, look at yourself in the mirror, and be able to say, I did this, and I can accept it. I hurt this person. I hurt this person. That's, can you look yourself in the mirror and be like, I hurt this person? See, because it's not,
I
we need to
can't.
accept that as well. That we, like we talked about last episode. You're the villain in somebody's story. In
And you have
somebody's
to
story,
be.
you're the
You
villain.
have to be able to accept. And I feel like I accept it so much to a point that some days I really think I'm a sociopath, y'all. Cause like, I ain't even finna hold y'all. Do I be laughing it off sometimes? Yes, not because it's funny, but because like the person I am today, the fact that I can accept the pain I caused people 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. That version of myself did no wrong, and not because I couldn't do wrong, but because I was so angry with the world and what was going on and had been done to me that I felt like I deserved vengeance.
Right.
And hurt people. So it's like,
yes, they do.
That Kimmia,
Yes,
I'm telling y'all that anybody who knew that Kimmia would tell you I'm so much more peaceful.
In a better place. In a better place. Look, I have accepted, because people used to tell me all the time, like, you know, you're a bully. You were a bully when we were in elementary school. You bullied me. You did this.
Sure did.
And, you know, like, for a while, I'm like, I'm not no damn bully. Like, what are y'all talking about? And I do recall some of these events, whatever, but I don't categorize that as bullying. And the older I got, I'm like, you know what? I was a fucking bully.
Okay.
I was thinking back to some of the stuff I did, and then some of the things, because, you know, I have a 12-year-old brother. So watching some of the things that they categorized as bullying as him going to school, and you feel me, they categorized him as a bully. And I'm like, my brother's not no damn bully. Like, I don't know what y'all, and so, but I get it. Kids are soft, right? And you have to, you have to understand that when you're,
wait, hold on, y'all, because I don't think that was the lesson.
That was the lesson. You feel me? That sometimes you have to dial back your toughness just a little bit, because others can't take it. You have to realize when other people cannot take all of what you are. You feel me? You're a little, like, so because we have to tell it to my little brother. You feel me? You're used to dealing with, like, we're all 10 years and up older than him. Me and the mom were 10 years older than him. My older brother is 13 years older than him. So he's tough. I ain't gonna lie, dude is pretty, because he has to deal with teenager, and now with him growing into being a teenager, all of his siblings are grown except for my baby sister. So it's like we have to, sometimes you have to dial that back sometimes, because while your siblings are grown, your peer siblings are their same age.
Right.
You know, so you got to dial that back sometimes. And that's what I kind of had to realize, that maybe I do have to dial it back a little bit, because sometimes I am too aggressive. And that aggression comes off as being a bully, when in my eyes, I'm not really a bully. You feel me?
You're passionate.
Yeah, but to other people, I can see how that's bullying. You feel me? So that's because kids are soft. Y'all are soft. Y'all need tougher skin. But in realizing and knowing that tough skin is hard to come by, you just got to dial it back a little bit. because
Know
not
your
everybody can
audience for
take
sure.
aggression.
Know your audience, know
Yep.
the message you're trying to give off, and know the most effective way to reach them. And
Yes.
accept that the most effective way to reach them is not going to be the way that you're used to communicating sometimes. And
Period.
again, that's part of acceptance. It's part
And
of
it comes with
the process.
experience. It
Yep.
comes with experience.
So you
These
gonna
aren't
get
things
called a
that you're
bully
just
a
gonna
couple
know.
times. You're
Yeah,
going
you're not just gonna know these things. You feel me? You have to actually go through them and experience. Life is the best teacher. Like life is the
okay.
best teacher. You're not gonna learn anything about how to survive in this world if you don't go out and live in it. You
And
have to go out and live in the world.
it's gonna be real hard.
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
saying
it's
it's
rough
impossible,
out
but
here.
it's gonna be real hard as a teenager to acknowledge your faults, accept them. What was the other damn A?
What'd you say? Well, you said accept
I said acknowledge, accept.
and why are we here? Yeah, it's been a long call
My
for us
brain just don't
today.
work no more, y'all. It ain't gonna work for a good minute no more. So just
And accountability. Take
there we go. You
accountability.
have to
Taking
hold
accountability.
yourself accountable. You need to accept your role,
I
and
need
you
to
need to
acknowledge.
acknowledge it. Okay? And it's like, again, this is stuff that our parents haven't even done. And I really want to pause on that real quick and say that again. This is stuff our parents haven't even done. We are sitting here undoing generational curses. We part of acceptance is we need to accept that we gonna get some pushback from those older than us. It's gonna sound like we're
Mm-hmm,
disrespectful and we just expect
mm-hmm.
this massive shift to happen. Yeah, because all of the stuff that they tolerated, we will not. They allowed it to happen. We are not going to. So it's like
And
it's
it is. It's a shift. It's a
and
huge shift.
yep. So if you're in your teens and you're sitting there thinking like this seems so hard to do, like this seems impossible, I don't want to tell you it's impossible because nothing is. The
Nothing
phrase impossible itself says I'm possible.
impossible.
But also realize that there's still so much life experience that you need to. Mind you, me and G are only 22. I'll be 23
I'm
in less than
only
a month.
22, y'all. I'm a baby in the game. That's why like people approach me and because like, I think about it, like we as a society, as an entire people, we die really young. You feel me? Like what is it? 120 is the max?
Mind you, think about it, because people in the Bible was living till they was 700, 800 years old.
And you feel me? And God cut that down, And so, but we need to at least the bare minimum should be 100, and that's not even our bare minimum. Most people, and I'm not talking about just black people. Yes, I am, because we only talk about black people here. Most black people, men, black men are lucky, are grateful to make it to 21. You
And
feel me?
and I mean, they praising God if they make it to 25.
So, and we don't have like our older generation, like they die off young. In my opinion, they die off young. Like 60s is too young.
And
70s is
it's
too
like,
young.
and I also feel like the ones who were lucky enough to make it to their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, so many of them still haven't understood this process and
No.
understand what it, like my grandmother's in, I think she'll be 70 next year, or no, she just turned 70 this year. And so I think, no, I know she still doesn't understand how she was a villain in other people's stories.
My
And she
great
never,
grandmother is 86, and she does not. She couldn't even
okay,
fathom the thought of being the
okay,
villain. But
okay,
she knows the
because
type of woman she is. She knows that she's probably hurt people. She's probably said some things or whatever. But at the end of the day, you feel me? To her, it was all in good love.
exactly.
And the crazy thing is, this is why family ties are important because my great grandmother, she has 7 kids, 6 girls and a daughter. And I can kind of
6
picture,
girls and a
I
daughter.
mean, 6 girls and a son, y'all, it's been long,
I was
okay?
gonna say, hold on, because
Woo!
that's just 7
This is why
daughters.
we have each other. 6 daughters and a son, okay? And I can imagine what it was kind of like growing up with them because her oldest, my auntie, my great auntie, she's given her story. You feel me? I've heard her story, so I kind of picture. And when I watch how broken every single one of them are, every single one of my great grandmother's children, when I see how broken they all are in their own ways, I could kind of picture it because of how broken my great grandmother was. But she wasn't allowed to express it. She
Mm.
wasn't allowed to talk about it. She wasn't allowed to dwell in it.
Mm-hmm.
She just
And
had to
it's
keep
like,
pushing. She just had to keep pushing. I mean,
and it's
she's a
like,
breast cancer survivor. You can't dwell on none of this shit. You just gotta push, and
and,
we're getting to a point where now you feel me. We can dwell about this shit a little bit. Like, hold up, we need to talk about that. I ain't like what just happened. It didn't make me. We need to talk about my feelings. There was no talking about a black person's feelings, a woman's feelings, a man's feelings. It was no talking about our feelings and understanding them and processing them. Our great grandparents, great grandparents didn't get to do it. So our grandparents didn't get to do it. Our parents didn't get to do it. And now
now,
we're
and we're
realizing
sitting here as a generation with the highest level of depression and anxiety that they've seen ever, and trying to sit here like, oh, well, damn, where did this come from? Oh, it's generational, baby. You don't just have
it's
yo birthday.
generational.
You don't just have
We're not
yo
the
birthday.
first generation to be depressed. We're the first generation to recognize, to talk
To
about, to
acknowledge, to
deal with, to
accept,
acknowledge and,
and
accept and
and
be accountable
yep. And the
for what
thing
these for
is,
our feelings, for our emotional standpoint.
and again, the thing is when your great grandparents didn't let your great grandparents talk about their emotions, your grandparents passed that down, or your great grandparents passed that down to your
Pass that down
grandma.
to your
Your
grandparents.
grandparents passed that down to your parents. Your parents passed that down onto you. Now you're sitting here with 4 generations of
Trauma,
trauma. You don't
anxiety,
even know where it
depression,
comes from.
anger, bipolar.
And you have no clue where it comes from. You're sitting here and everybody's calling
And
you
you
crazy.
can never
People
forget
think,
post-traumatic
no,
slave syndrome. We all got that. We're
traumatic
all
slave
gonna
disorder.
have that.
Okay. And I feel like that should be our next topic is post-traumatic slave disorder because, honey, let me tell you, I didn't think there was a such thing. Side note, I know I'm getting just a little bit off topic. If y'all have the chance, even if you are not enrolled in college, fine, go sit in on some Africana studies classes because I'm telling you, I thought black people could be racist until I took that class and I was like, wait, hold up, based on the dictionary definition of racism. I was like, well, yeah, black people can be racist all the time. What? I say racist shit all the time. I hate white people. What? Yeah. Then I realized, hold up, wait a minute. Reverse racism isn't real. I mean, it is. And also sit in on some childhood and adolescent development psychology classes because I'm telling you, those two together
Will change your life.
I had major epiphanies during but it's like sit in on them because I'm telling you they are so life changing and you're gonna be sitting here and I don't even want to call it woke because I don't feel like it's being woke. I feel like it's being aware.
Yeah.
So it's
Just
like
being aware. See, being woke is stepping foot onto an HBCU campus. Being aware is just understanding all the levels of all of it.
okay. And it's like y'all really just and again, it's not fun and it's gonna take a whole bunch of self-reflection. So we say all this to say, for those of you who are in high school who are tuning into this, do not get discouraged. And the process is messy. And people gonna tell you that you think that you're better than them, or that you think you're crazy, or y'all gonna get so many different things during this process. But I'm telling you, like, you really have to go through this process to get over to get over all of the things that have been done to you, and not necessarily get over them, but like
Accept them.
Because you can't change it now. What are you gonna do? Build a time machine
Just
and go back
accept
in time?
Yeah, you feel me? You cannot change the past, you know? What did Timon say? If you can't leave your
Timon.
past, leave your past behind you. From blanking.
I
Hakuna
thought
Matata.
that's what you was talking about. But I
Hakuna
also
Matata.
didn't.
You know, you
Oh,
just,
I
it
just
means
needed to make
no
sure that's
worry.
what we was
Like,
talking
you
about.
just gotta.
And I mean, like, literally the whole goal is to achieve Hakuna Matata. No worries for the rest of our days. Why? Timon and Pumbaa literally did not have a care in the world. Pumbaa, because
They were
that man was
homeless.
slow. Well,
They were,
Pumbaa was their animal.
the
They're
girl, they was homeless. They didn't have a home. You
wild
feel me? They
animals. I guess
traveled
all
wherever the
animals.
hell they wanted to travel. They, ate bugs that tasted like chicken. So
And it's like,
and they adopted a lion.
but during all of that, they accepted everything that had been done to them.
Everything that had been done to them.
Ariel.
Woo!
But this one, first of all, I'm not gonna get into the patriarchy and how I feel like that's yeah. Anyway, so with Ariel, she literally got into this sneaky contract that she didn't realize, in which she would have to give up her voice forever so that she could live on land to marry the love of her life. And when she got her voice back, she did not hold it against no one. She accepted that was part of my journey. And it got me to where I am.
That
Hey,
was part of my journey.
y'all, I mean, it gets wild out here, y'all. I mean, you gonna start accepting stuff that you like that shouldn't even be acceptable, and it
You
shouldn't.
gotta be unbothered. So unbothered.
And it's like, it's not the fact that the act is acceptable. It's the fact that you accept where it has put you today. I would not be who I am today without all the trauma I'd gone through.
Without everything that's happened to me. Without everything
I would not be with the love of my life if everything that had happened in my life had not happened.
Okay, so and that brings us, how does acceptance promote healing? When you accept all of the things that has been done to you, all of the things that you've done, and you accept it, then it's like you don't have to worry about those things. Those are weights off of your shoulders. Those are, you feel me? Like you can breathe.
One of these.
Yeah,
Like
you can breathe.
It's like, y'all be wondering how me and G could sit on here and crack jokes about this stuff and sit here and laugh, because, like, I'm telling you, at one point in time, I thought this was impossible. I thought I would not survive the healing process.
Oh yeah, I'm telling y'all, there's one point in time where I did not see the light at the end of the tunnel. There was no light. It was just like, this is it. Like, for a moment, I was accepting that this is just darkness. You feel me? Like, we're here. But that's the thing. I was accepting it, which means I wasn't mad about it. I wasn't angry. I wasn't really dwelling. It was just like, oh shit, okay, so there's no light.
And look, you have to learn how to live in that darkness. What? Whoa, because hold on. Whoa. You think people who had eyesight their whole life, who something traumatic happens and they go blind, you think they're going to sit there mad at the world because they can't see? No.
And not continue living?
I need to navigate this new world in total darkness. I mean, your eyes, if you sit in a dark room long enough, your eyes adapt and accept the darkness for a reason.
Yes, they do. And if you don't believe it, try it. If you don't need it, try it.
And it's
Right.
like,
Turn off
forever.
all the lights around you and just sit in the darkness and watch. In the beginning, you're not going to be able to see shit. But while you're sitting there for a time period, you're going to start to be able to visualize all the shit that's around you.
Because for the most part, it is not permanent at all. And your mind realizes that, whether it's subconsciously or consciously. I'm telling y'all, I will be in total darkness at night trying to get up to go pee, and all of a sudden I know where everything is. How? Because my mind has accepted this is not permanent. The darkness will pass. It might feel like forever. You might trip along the way.
Get back up.
Okay.
Get back up. You feel me? You're gonna stumble. You're gonna trip and fall.
Because what did Donnie McClurkin say? A saint is just a sinner who fell down and got up. We always want to talk about, because look, I'm always telling Jamaria, we finna be on the pilot bus to hell, okay? We finna be the first bus there, because we can't stop talking about people's kids. That's our demons. We accept that. We understand that. We've apologized to Jesus, okay? Anyway.
He knows our hurt.
Okay. So, but it's like, it's about how to be saints, right? And I feel like in trying to be saints, you forget that you gonna stumble, you gonna fall. God made a follower out of a murderer.
Promise you.
God made a healer out of the same person who used to use his hands to kill people. Because a saint is just a sinner who fell down and did not accept that was the end. So when it's dark and you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to heal. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm losing everything. Accept that this is not the end.
If this is a part of your journey, you have to have some darkness a part of your journey to accept any light that is given to you. Any positive.
How you gonna appreciate? How you gonna
appreciate? How, if you are always winning, always winning,
how you gonna appreciate the next win?
How you gonna appreciate the next win? You have to lose to appreciate a win.
You have to go.
You have to know what it feels like.
Appreciate the light. You and y'all gonna fall on your behind. Life gonna knock you flat on your ass a couple times. Maybe more than a couple if you like me and you hard-headed and you just don't know how to listen.
You just gotta learn how to fight back. You feel me? There's gonna be a couple times where life throw you a jab here and a jab there, you feel me, and a yank you by your hair, and it might
get TKO'd by life. But did you die?
Your job is to get back up and keep fighting. Get back up.
As long as you have breath in your body, your job is to accept that what just happened, and it's not. I cannot stay here.
And then, so the things once you accept, and we'll have to talk about this next. Learn and apply the knowledge that you learn from accepting.
Because one thing that God will do, if you went through something and did not get what you were supposed to get out of it, and you come to that same fork in the road and make the same decision, you gonna get put back into the same darkness because you did not listen. You wonder why you're going through several abusive relationships, because you didn't learn the lesson the first time.
You didn't learn the lesson. You have to learn the lesson. And
that ex that you keep letting come back, the ex that keeps coming back and keeps putting you in this toxic cycle because you did not learn the lesson you were supposed to learn. And God will put you in that as many times as he needs to teach you whatever lesson he's trying to teach you.
And the thing is, it may not be clear. You may not be clear the first time. That's why God allows you to go through it a second time. Yeah. Maybe to be clearer the second time. And it's going to if it wasn't clear,
it's going to hit different every single time.
He's going to send. And the thing is, though, you have to be aware enough to know when God is sending you, you're out. You can't. Like, what's the story in the Bible where the man needed help and God kept sending him people and he turned away everybody and he just kept saying, I'm waiting on God, I'm waiting on God. And he asked God, well, why? You feel me? I've been waiting on you. Like, where you at? What's going on? And God's like, okay, but I sent you the woman to help you. I sent you the nurse to help you. I sent you whoop whoop to help you. And you turned all of my people away. Like you did that. You turned them away. I sent my help. Recognize when God is sending you help so that you don't take it away.
And also, never put yourself back in a position you prayed yourself out of. You had to pray yourself out of a hole and you jump back in that water knowing you don't know how to swim. You need to accept that time was your fault.
And that, except when it's you. Except when it is you, because you may be the problem. If you keep having problems occur and you just can't seem to find the outlet and the rope to pull you out or the ladder to climb up out, you can't see the light at the end. Let's maybe think about it. Maybe you need to sit in the darkness for a little bit and recognize, realize, accept, acknowledge that you are the problem.
Okay.
But until you accept that, you're going to continue
to allow it. Until you hold yourself accountable. Till you acknowledge your part in your own trauma. Again, you cannot dive back into the same water you had to ask God to part for you to be able to breathe again. And expect that it was somebody else who put you there. No, baby. Hold yourself accountable and be like, oh, that was me, God. That was my bad.
It was you.
And it's okay to be like, I thought I had it this
my
time.
Bad. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay to be like, I thought I had it. I thought I knew how to swim now. I don't know. I thought I had learned how to wade. I just wanted to try something real quick. You just had to see something. Because you feel me?
And you gotta deal with that though. You feel me? You gotta be willing to deal with that. If I just wanted to test it. Be willing to accept those consequences that come with just testing it when you already know better. See, because now you already know better. You already know better now, but now you just want to test to see if it's going to be the same. Now that you know better, maybe you can try a few new tricks and see if you could get away with a few things. You feel me? And then boom, you're back in the same position because God don't play that dumb shit.
See, and it's like, understand when that happens, God might let you sit there for a little bit. He might look at his nails, be like, all right.
She gonna deal with that.
Who gonna order food tonight? Oh, okay.
She gonna deal with that.
But before you drown, before it gets too much, he's gonna pull you out because that's the type of guy he is. He's never gonna let you wallow in your darkness.
Nope.
And it's like every time you feel like giving up, have y'all noticed every time you get close to giving up, every time you're like, yeah, God, this is it for me, buddy. I'm sick and tired of your games. This is not fun anymore. I'm not.
Take me out. You feel me? Go ahead and
every single time, God be like, all right, I got you. You feel me? He might be sitting there cackling a little bit
and sends a blessing your way.
But like, now you in a whole new place, and you're like, I remember when I prayed to be here.
And the thing is, as you're getting to these places, you feel me? It's not easy, but to make it easier on you to track it, journal it.
Woo! Oh, you know what y'all need to
write it out.
And if this helps with y'all's healing process, I'm telling you, because I need to get one, and I know I do. A burn journal. Get them on Amazon. You write that shit down and you burn it up after. I don't know. Yes. I like fire. I like setting stuff on fire.
Me too. I'm a pyro and I'm a proud pyro. I had to accept the fact that I am a pyromaniac and I am a proud one. Whatever. Hi, my name is Jamaria and I am a pyromaniac.
Okay, and hi, my name is Kimmia and I am one too, because I will sit in the bathroom peeing and let my boyfriend have left the lighter in there. Here I go lighting toilet paper on fire and just watching it burn.
Almost burned down the house.
What's gonna happen now? I've almost done it multiple times, and every time I'm like, well, it didn't burn this time. Time to do it
Woo, now I
again.
got my ass beat so good. It was just like I won't play that game anymore, but I still play with fire. Y'all,
The
but you
point
feel me?
is,
That ass crucial. You
like,
feel
we
me?
could
Now
get y'all in
we can talk about these
trouble.
things now. We talk about these things now. You feel me? Like I don't. When I think about stuff like that, like I don't know if there maybe could have been a better alternative to beating my ass for that I would have learned from. You feel me? Like some of these things, like back then, it was very traumatic. But as I think about it, that was probably the best option for me and that situation.
Hold on. Whoa, can we talk about that? Can we talk about acknowledging that sometimes the way your parents disciplined you was traumatic and it
Absolutely.
caused some
Yeah,
psychological.
yeah. No. It definitely was traumatic, but I honestly don't. For me to have learned from it, there probably wouldn't have been anything else for that particular situation. Now, I've learned my situations. I didn't need my ass beat a lot. I really didn't. I ain't gonna lie. I absolutely now that particular situation. You feel me? I could have killed us. I'm gonna take that ass beating. I'm definitely gonna take that one.
And it's like,
I'm gonna take that.
and I also think that depends on who you are, because like I've realized my problem is I talk back. I never got in trouble for like the super big stuff that I did. Like, now, mind you, I almost set my mama's house on fire multiple times. I mean, I put a metal thermometer in the microwave, blew up the microwave, caught on fire, almost blew up the house. I just didn't want to go to school. I didn't get whooped. She was like, well, you smart enough to figure out how to do that, so I guess you don't need to go to school today. You can stay home. I was like, bet, thanks. But also, it was, for me, it was scary enough that I didn't want to do that specific thing again.
Yeah.
The next time I just put it in some boiling water and said, well, damn, if it don't get hot enough, obviously I was meant to go to school today. Whatever.
Right. Yeah, and it definitely depends on who you are. It depends on, who your parents are. It depends on the levels of what you can take. The levels of what you can take, and also knowing the levels that your parents are capable of going to. It's not even really what they're willing to go to, but what they're capable of going to. My mom comes from full blown 100%, like everybody's aggressive. Like nobody was not. So I understand why she is so aggressive. You feel me? And she has really, if y'all haven't met my mom, like if you used to be one of her little cheerleaders, y'all know, and y'all see her now, y'all be like, dang, Miss Nikki's so sweet and nice now. I'd be like, I know, right? Like whole different woman, whole different woman. You feel me? But life and God will do that to you. You feel me? But it's knowing what levels that you can handle and what levels your parents are capable of going to. Being a kid, you feel me, honestly, and don't take my advice. Test your parents' limits. One, because they're yours.
Nope. I can't co-sign that one.
Because the only way you're gonna really be able to know what they're capable of is if you test their limits. And I'm not saying do all types of crazy dumb stuff, you feel me, because obedience is better than sacrifice, but also, you feel me, forgiveness is easier than permission. So,
and it's like the reason I said I can't agree with her on that one, y'all, is because my brother used to laugh. My brother is bipolar and pretty sure he's a psychopath because he used to laugh when I would get whooped. And I mean, like, he would grab popcorn, I kid y'all not, and like pull up a front row seat to watch me get beat.
My brother used to take my whoopings for me.
Like, man ain't let me like that. Evan would sacrifice me to wolves if he had to. I'm convinced. It's like he wouldn't. But like this one time, I remember I did exactly what Jamaria just said, and I just wanted to test my mom this day. Mind you, at first I was in trouble for something little. And I mean, it was, I probably would have got like whooped twice, and then she would have been out of energy and would have been like, okay, now leave me alone and go to your room. I decided I was going to test my mama's gangster, and she showed me how gangster she could be, y'all. My brother locked me in his room and said, "Do not come out till I tell you to," because my mom was going to kill me. I swear to God, she would have killed me that night. Because I thought I was hot shit and was finna just keep playing with her. She said, "You ain't finna test my gangster. I'm big, homie."
You gotta know how far to go, because I know how far to not go with my mom. You feel me? I know when to cut it off. I trust me, and that's what I'm saying though. You have to know when to cut it off. Sometimes you don't know how far your parents can go, and you're gonna keep going and keep going. You have to know when to. And the thing is, as kids, you feel me? I get like our older generation. So you feel me? When your parent tells you to do something the first time, just do it. I definitely get and respect that. But as you see times going, it's not happening often, because we're a generation that's pushed back. And so the generation after us and younger than us and even younger, they super push back. And that's pushing back on authority, because we're inquisitive. We want to know why. Why do I have to do that? How is that helping me?
Okay.
How is that not helping me?
Okay.
Like, why do,
and
like,
it's
why
like,
for what? And it's seen as disrespectful, when I don't think it should be, when really it's seen as, you feel me, I'm trying to higher my education level, because why does your thought process make sense to you, but it's not making sense to me? We need to break it down a little bit more. That's not disrespectful. I need you to explain to me why that came to your mind. Why you think this should happen the way you say it should happen, or why you think I should do this certain thing when it doesn't make sense to me. Help me make it make sense. It's not trying to be disrespectful, but it's trying to help me
and
make
the
it make
whole
sense.
thing is that, yep. And that's part of the growth and healing process and acceptance in and of its own, is accepting that the generation after us is going to have, and we cannot answer
and that's
them
why keeping
the
a
way
journal
our
is
parents
dope,
did, because I
because
said so.
keep a journal.
Okay.
As those questions come to your head, write that shit out. Some of those questions you may be able to get the answers to, and some of them you may never get the answers to. But the thing is to be able to at least write those questions out. You're going to have a million questions. Why did this happen to me when I was this age? Why did such and such allow this to happen to me when I was this age? Why did such and such think it was okay for this to happen to me at this age? Why, how, what, if? And write all this stuff out and get it out your mind. Unclutter your mind with your trauma. Your trauma is
understand that, acknowledge and accept that at some point your parents weren't paying enough attention. Okay? Acknowledge and understand and accept that at some point the trauma that happened to you happened because they weren't paying enough attention, not because they didn't want to,
or not that they didn't care,
just because they didn't want to accept that what was happening could actually happen.
And sometimes, they're still dealing with shit. Like, one thing I had to realize as being a child of somebody, but being my mother's child, she has her own traumas that she was never able to deal with.
Okay. Because they were never allowed to heal.
They were never allowed to. They were never allowed to. So it's like I had to realize that, and not that that's my fault or anything. No, not that she ever made it feel like it was my fault either. The thing is that she still has to heal from that shit. And so learning,
it is not your job to force your parents to heal.
Period.
It is not your job to force your parents to face their demons. Girl, you either gonna face them demons here, or you gonna face them on Judgment Day.
They have to do that for themselves. You feel me? You can point it out to them, but they have to want to heal from themselves. Like, that's why me and my mom's relationship is so that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Our relationship is so dope because she has recognized where she needs to heal and what she needs to do that. And I respect my mom because she doesn't do it for us. She does it for herself. You feel me? Like, I think my brothers expect my mom to heal so that because for their own selfish reasons, when I feel my mom needs to heal for her own reasons. You feel me? She has her shit that she's gone through. And I lost this. Let me pull her out. She has her shit that she's gone through that she needs to heal from. And she needs to heal from that for her, not for me, not for my brothers, or not for anybody else. And that's just facts. I lost sis, but oh wait, is she back with me? I don't know. I don't know. But y'all, we did go over a little bit on our time. We gonna touch back into more of this though, because we did kind of go off on a tangent towards the end. But these are all the things that are a part of healing. Say something else.
Can you hear me?
Yep, now I can. But if you was just talking, I can't. Turn your camera
All
off.
the things that are a part of acceptance. Can you hear me?
Turn it back
Okay.
on. That helps.
Okay, hello?
Yep.
Am I back?
You breaking up a little bit.
It's all things it's all
It's breaking up.
things that are a part of healing.
Yes, y'all, like she was saying,
It's
this
all
thing that's a part of
things that
healing.
are a part of
Like she was saying though, these are all the things that's a part of healing, and what we talked about in these last couple episode is, you feel me, it's all a part of acceptance. And that's just real. It's really all a part of our acceptance process. And understand the 3 A's in general, you feel me? The accountability, taking accountability for your role and your actions, acknowledgement, acknowledging, you know, what it is you need to be accountable for, acknowledging other people's role in your life, acknowledging every step of the way that helps you get there, and accepting all of the things that you acknowledged. Whatever those things may be, just accepting them and being able to bear them, you feel me, not harbor them as ill will, but you feel me, just let them go, just let them go, fly, float into the air, get a burn book and burn them, you feel me, get a burn book and burn them out, whatever you got to do it. But that will conclude today's episode of Make a Cleansing Move. So y'all know to hit us on the Make a Chest Move podcast. Our pages, y'all. Make a Chest Move page at Macam. The Make a Culture Move page at Macam. I think sis is back. I'll just close on this out.
There we go, y'all.
I'm gonna close this out and then we could wrap up with final thoughts. The virtual artist storytelling, which we will be back with that shortly. And then hit us on the website at makeachestmove.org. Y'all know the drill. Scroll down to the bottom. You're going to see a donations tab. You're going to click on that donations tab and you're going to donate something into that donations tab. Okay. Whatever your heart is feeling, do it. Remember, it's for the kids. Everything we do is for the kids, to host events such as like we had this past weekend, the Harvest Fair.
And the basketball tournament.
The basketball tournament, y'all. So you know, I heard all of that went well and everything was dope. But that's what you're donating for events like that to happen. You know, we are all for the community. Period. Boom, bam. And then the YouTube at Malcolm303 and all of our socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, all at Malcolm303. Leave a like, comment, or share when y'all tap in. And boy, who is me? Next week, y'all, we gonna come with some. We gonna come with some heat. We gonna collaborate and figure out if we go talk about post-traumatic slave syndrome, or you feel me, addressing our childhood traumas. We gonna figure it out. We gonna talk about something.
It's gonna be something that hit deep. You know how we do. Because
Yeah,
if it don't hit deep, it's not a cleansing move.
It's not. Even we're gonna clean. We're gonna get deep, deep, deep. And I may see if we can get a male guest on next week because I love picking their brains on stuff.
Jamari is just like arguing with them, y'all.
I don't. I just like picking. I just like picking the male species brain. You feel me? I do because I relate a lot. I agree a lot of the time, but it's just, I say all the time, like men are more logical while women are emotional, and I like having that logical
Balance.
yeah, that logical balance around because you feel me, the things that we think about that we think with our emotion, men will never think of it like that. And they'll be like, damn, y'all think about shit like that, and things that they think about logically that we think about emotionally, it's like, damn, you really thought about that shit, huh? Like, it don't make sense to us, but it makes sense to them. And some of that shit makes sense to me. But boom, y'all mac 'em out there. I gotta get this camera shit right. Y'all mac 'em out there and have a great week. I will see y'all Friday on the Make a Culture Move podcast. And we'll be back Monday.
And in the meantime, make sure you accept your demons and you let them go.
Accept them. Period.
Bye, y'all.